the defending champions in lane 3 and the holders of the world's best time in lane 4. And a fantastic and passionate exponent of this sport, whether he's in a single scull or indeed a double scull, Martin.
Yeah, and I think because he's so brave, he's so fast, he goes out very quickly, and he always wants to lead races from the front and say to people, come on, catch me if you can. And Lucas Spick behind him kind of has to hang on to that. But, well, did you see Kopp just look across to his left there? Because he's saying, what are the French doing out in front there?
Yes, we're used to the French coming with a late rattle, particularly in the last 750 to 500 metres, but they are right up there, right on the territory there. Adrien Hardy with its new partner for the season, Jean-Baptiste, only 23 years of age, but it's a partnership that has already proved its value when they produced that world best time in Poznan in the second of this season's World Cup regattas.
Yeah, Lucas Spick's had a look across and he's thought, what are the French doing up there? And you know, I would say they're kind of thinking this isn't our plan because we need to be in front, and already I think alarm bells are ringing in the Slovenian's head.
So Adrien Hardy, he really is fantastic to watch, the way that he connects and establishes the rhythm.
Yeah, he's only 87 kilos as well. That's pretty light for rowers in a world of 100 kilos. And an 87 kilo guy moving the boat that sweetly, that well. I mean, that's why he's such a pleasure to watch. And a credit to his coach, Jean-Raymond Peltier.
And 2 crews away from the rest, big time in the first quarter.
Yeah, do you remember that race in Poznan? We saw the 2 crews, the French out in front, the race closed up to them. I mean, that's what's going to happen here. It'll be interesting, I think, with the British double, because again, they haven't they beat the Slovenians at Henley. They haven't gone out to win and challenge, but I think they're rowing very, very sensibly, and I guess we're going to see something from them in the second part of this race.
But it's fair to say that both Stephen Rowbottom and Matthew Wells, they pride themselves on their second 1,000.
Well, they do, and Steve Rowbotham's got a reputation as one of the toughest men in the squad. But you know, just chatting to their coach this morning before the race, the talk was these guys are good enough to win the bronze medal, but we've got to focus on that, and maybe we can snap up a silver. So it'd be interesting to see if how their coach's prediction comes to light.
Well, this is certainly a major medal opportunity for the French, and at the moment they are leading the defending champions, who off the water don't necessarily always see eye to eye, but usually when they're together on the water they make pretty effective music. But they've got a good half length to find on the French, who are absolutely controlling this race. Yeah,
it's beautiful to watch, isn't it? I mean, lovely focus. It's interesting how the French system really works to put together these great combinations, because just looking across there at the Belgian double, coached by the Olympic silver medalist from 1984, would you believe, Dirk Quar. And they've always shown their speed and very good contenders. And the Bulgarians, the Yankee, had fantastic sprint in the semi-final to put them into this final. I don't know where they got that sprint from in the last 250 metres there.
Well, that's a characteristic of Ivo Yanakiev, because if I can take you back to the Athens single sculls final, remember he came with this ridiculous burst at the end, but a worthy bronze medalist, and perhaps that's really what he's after reproducing with his brother.
Absolutely. I mean, this looks to me, David, like it's kind of race over for the French now, because I think the plan for the Slovenians was to try and dominate and challenge them. And I think with a double that's world record holders, they're moving smoothly, they're not going to be phased by rough conditions. It's really going to be very, very difficult to catch them with 750 metres to go.
Well, the French with a length almost on the Slovenian. Istok chop, though, never to be underestimated. Lucas Spick, but if you can just look at the body language there, particularly of Spick there, you can see the pressure.
Yeah, these guys are racers. They love looking out, saying, where are they? What can we do? They're not just eyes in the boat. They're sort of aware of everything around them. They really want to compete, want to race, and they're definitely going to go all the way for this.
Yeah, and don't be confused by that graphic. It is Istok on the left there in the stroke seek and Luca in the bow. now. Meanwhile, over on the far side, still Belgium. Great Britain making a little bit of progress. They're out of the picture, of course, in lane 6 as we come to this crucial third quarter, but it's more than a length to France, ahead of the defending champions, and then a big gap, and Great Britain just moving into third place, into bronze medal position as they go into the final quarter, and Great Britain moving 1:33.02 for that third quarter, and that's why they've gone into bronze.
Yeah, their coach Mark Earnshaw is going to be delighted with that, but they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to maintain that medal position in the last 500 metres in this rough water. But sometimes, you know, it's an advantage being in lane 6. Those two crews, Belgians and Bulgarians, are going to be pushing on for that bronze medal too.
In the foreground here, Poland, Michał Szloma and Marcin Brzezinski, but they were 9th a year ago. They've done well to get into this final, but in the foreground here, you can see Stephen Rowbottom from the Leander Club and Matthew Wells from University of London Boat Club, and they've got the bronze medal within their grasp.
Yeah, it's great for Matt Wells. He's always been in the doubles finals, never medalled. Steve Rowbotham, he had such a hard time last year in the national squad, but really he's shown his absolute class and why he's regarded as so tough.
And whilst we look at the battle for the bronze medal, I can tell you nothing's really changed up front. Adrien Hardy and Jean-Baptiste Maquet still with a commanding advantage over the defending champions Itzhak Chop and Lukas Speck, who you can see. But it's French blades that are going to be first across the line here. And that is a fantastic performance, tactically brilliant. And they've executed that so well. They are the champions. Slovenia are in silver, and Great Britain, you can see the delight there from Matt Wells and Stephen Rowbottom from their bronze. But look at Jean-Baptiste Maquet in the bow there of this French double scull. First time ever at the age of 23 a world champion, and his feelings will be similar to those of Matthew Pinsent back in 1991 when he got his first gold with Steve Redgrave.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see Matthew Pinsent try to do it in a sculling boat, though. That wasn't one of his strong points, but fantastic for the French, put in this system that puts together these doubles time after time.
Wells and Rowbottom for Great Britain, indeed the fastest through the final 1,000 metres. The champions